guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jake. This is the biggest sale I've ever done. I'm doing a big sale. Please listen to this video before you go on to looking at the list and start trying to email me and stuff. Things have changed, things are different, and if you're new, you don't know yet. First off, I'm not a retailer. I'm just a regular guy, and I'm just selling my knives. Most of these are my personal, well, they're all my personal knives now. Because of, a couple big things. I've got a couple big expenses in my life right now. A renovation that we just finished before Christmas is going kaput in the house due to water getting in. Somehow in that bathroom, there's water leaking from under the floor. It's probably the shower drain somewhere, and we might have to take up some concrete, whatever. And, the other issue that I've mentioned a couple times with my disability insurance wanting me to repay some money. So I need to sell knives. So I've got a list of knives, and you can take a look at it. But I've got a list, a sheet, a page where I've got the policies or the procedures, the how this sale's going to work. If you follow those things, if you read them and follow them, it'll make it much easier for me, and it'll save me a lot of time. And I'll get back to you, and you'll get your knives sooner and stuff too. Like I said, I'm not a retailer. I don't work in the evenings after supper. I have supper with my wife, and that's usually a fairly early supper, 5:30, 6 p.m. And after that, hey, I'm not answering emails again till the next morning. So if you email me, it'll all be first come, first served. So if you email me in the evening, let's say 7 p.m. Mountain Time or whatever, and I don't get back to you until, 11, 12 in the morning the next day, it's because there's people ahead of you and I'm processing everything in order. I'm not doing all the packing and everything, but I'm just processing the list to see what's left in order. Check that list. If there's a name highlighted in yellow beside that item, somebody's already asked for it. And of course, if it says sold in red, it's sold and gone. You've got zero chance of getting it. If somebody else has their name there, there's a super, super tiny chance that their deal might fall through. They might back out, which is frustrating. It makes it much harder for me when people back out of their deals. So please don't ask about buying a knife unless you're going to buy that knife. It just makes it so much easier for everybody, less frustrating. I've done sales before, and I mess up some orders. Generally not more than one order per sale, but this sale is huge. It's like more than three times the size of any sale I've ever done before. So there's an awful lot of knives. And if you look at the list to see, like just shortly after this video comes out, you'll see a bunch of stuff's already sold, and that's because I gave my supporters, the financial supporters of Canadian Cutting Edge, I gave them the first chance, first a couple days of access to the knife sale. So some stuff sold that way, but there's still lots of really good stuff in there. And there's some really cheap stuff. And new is I can ship like folding knives, smaller knives, as long as it fits into a letter mail envelope. And I've got some stiff paper letter mail envelopes. As long as it stays under 2 centimeters thick, a little bit less than 7/8 of an inch, I guess, thick, and under roughly a pound, 500 grams, then I can mail it really cheap, but without the manufacturer's packaging, and you might have to reinstall pocket clips on pocket knives. And if that's okay with you, I can ship stuff to the United States and to Canada for, $5, $6. And isn't that great? So, but if you want the packaging and shipping stuff, and you want tracking, and you might want insurance and stuff, those are there. Make sure you give me your your postal address. Without your postal address, I can't give you a quote on a price for shipping. It's just not possible. We don't have flat rate boxes here in Canada. Well, we do have some flat rate boxes within Canada, but that's actually more expensive than doing it the other way, because I've got a small business account with Canada Post, and so I get a bit of a discount. So I don't have flat rates to offer you guys. I got better than flat rates. Maybe not better than the American flat rates. Shipping from Canada is usually very expensive. So anyhow, please read that sheet. Different thing new also is my address, jake@canadiancuttingedge.com. That's obsolete. I gave up that address. I've gave up my website and stuff to save money that way. So yeah, you must email me at CanadianCuttingEdge@gmail.com. CanadianCuttingEdge@gmail.com is how you email me. And the paying me, since this is a personal, I'm selling my personal knives, I will tell you my personal email address that you can, do the payments through. In Canada, we basically got PayPal. If you're from outside of Canada, PayPal's the only way you can send me money. So if you can't send money on PayPal, don't try to buy a knife from me. If you're in Canada, you can still do PayPal if you want to, but it saves both of us money if you just do an e-transfer. And I'll give you the email address to send that to as well. Hopefully that answers all the big questions. Please do read that sheet. You'll find the link for the knife sale on that sheet at the bottom of the sheet. Now don't just scroll down, please read it. The link is at the bottom of the sheet. I've got a number of knives in this sale that I never reviewed. And some of the stuff is actually quite nice. Some of the stuff's pretty cheap. And that's where that really cheap shipping comes in handy. If you're going to buy just a couple of the $10 knives or whatever, some are even less than 10 bucks, and then use the cheap shipping and it's done. All sales final. All sales final. And if you do take the cheap shipping, no tracking, no insurance, my liability ends as soon as I drop it off at the post office. I just don't accept any liability. And if you do get the tracking and shipping, well, then you've got to deal with the post office if something goes wrong. That's how it's going to work. That's just how it has to work. Thank you so much. Good luck finding the knives that you'd like to have. And remember, friends, always, this knife's not even together right now. I was working on it. Cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.